Oh yes, this is a team so now opens and closes the bumper show on ERBC Radio. Indeed, it is a team so now opens and closes it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on the Jallah Grayfield's presentation. And every time I'm on this radio, it is infotaining. Information, education, and entertainment is infotaining. Oh yes, yesterday, at the start of the World Cup, a son of Liberia, I will say a son, even though born in the Americas, a son of a crewman from Grand Crew County, activated we are score for America in the first 4 minutes of the match. That was one of the greatest things we wanted to see in our lives. His father George Opamanek Bagugbe se koze fukron. Dirate Tamun Tapewia did not go to the World Cup, but he was a winner of the Ballon d'Or, Africa best, European best, and the world best. But he did not see the World Cup. But his son, Timothy Weah, saw the World Cup. He played it, and the first time he appeared in the World Cup, Timothy Weah scored the first goal in the World Cup for America. What a proud for Liberia. Oh yes, he's an American citizen, because if you are born in America, you are indeed an American citizen. But his father is the president of Liberia, His Excellency Gbegugbe. Welcome to the Bumper Show. When it's the nation's heavenly day, the promises to be very big. If you just join us from Cleveland, Maryland County, or from the plains of Cape Palmas, right? That's the same place of Cape Palmas, though. Or the hills of Bomi, or the Wologizis of Lofa County, or the green vegetations of Bone County, then you are just on the right dial. You cannot afford to go away on this day. We speak about development to the numbers politics today. The National Charcoal Union of Liberia and the National Union Community Forestry Development Committee will be my guests on the show to talk about the activities. Andrew Wazeliman for the National Union Community Forestry Development Committee is in the studio. And Aaron K. Bali, National Charcoal Union of Liberia. They will be here in the next few minutes to talk about the organization. And the Bumper Show is on the ERBC Radio. Really on so many radio stations across the country. You cannot afford to leave it. You cannot afford to go away, because LBS is in the entire country, in all of the counties. Let me pause right here. Usually on the show, we invite the presence of God. We always call the guys, they come and pray for us in the vernacular. Pray for the president, pray for the vice president, pray for all elected officials, appointed officials, and the entire Liberian people. And that is done just in 1 minute. And it's done by my uncle from Foya District called Saboti. We pray for him. This is just 1 minute.
Baika Jallah kana chu achu bendu meka sangaranum opal halende ning lemenchu bendu ye meka manum na pla ba wala tulu ana manale yona na won dan kanewa na yom wona na njune meka lende ge manum bo ba simla chu lende chu man komla no nana uchu balo le ne la no via le malamu hingola ndende ning kumine yona ne chuli amasonom leka kama na pombo bebe no ju ha oti andu be man no ba miojo bonganda biona nano le hale pele sway yolanda sense sway yuhu boa ka plaki anyolu meneka yandi wana na twe diom danda diom nyulo ulwenu bo kod ven kon diom do wanu bo ko masukai manya yele mamalle meneka wana na chosim da chiu ulendende ning masaba speaker no pro tem no minister ya director ya po simla chole chena yunda ho EOBC e man no ba kanti la to ala ngwe no nge man no ba superintendent ya po man no da ba disia masawa tu keke mana na yochu le mala mo hingo lendende ne mi konyuro hiulachi e man no ba masa no meneka palen munje pieni minyuna odi aji sulanen amina kepe ngopa mi kwa kisia yani de la dawalanda jo ma sense yo manun lende pa ndonun diolan de hiyo wala chi lending la barika jala tungu na barika
Ibalika tao that's how we say in Kisi. Thank you very much. When you say Malika is God, so when you say Malika Balika tao, it means God, thank you very much. Balika tao, I learned that in Kisi when I was in Foya the other time with someone's father. For the time I was there. So when you say Malika Balika tao, it means God, thank you very much. In Pele we say Isha Mama. And my big brother Dawan Greek I say when you say I'm not gonna say your mano. Dawan is following us on the Bobo show this afternoon. Dawan Greek. Let me take this one that prepares us now for the discussion called Protect Our Leaders. Protect Our Leaders is right here. If you just join us on Facebook or on our social media platform, please share the video. Go to LNTV Live, and share the video for those in the diaspora in Liberia as well to follow the show. Today is not much of politics, it's about development. The songwriter is saying to God, protect our leaders wherever they are. Whether it's Representative Glikia, it's Prince Moi, if it is Johnny Bay, my nephew who is running to be Senator of Bond County, protect all of them. Whether it is Madam Essa Walker, a Prince Yulube Johnson, Jeremiah Kong, protect them all. This is a Pompo Show on ERBC Radio. And my name is Jallah Emmanuel Nikki Kalufagala Kiang Balakbulinyale want to go. A superwoman Grayfield. Better say coming Samashan. Samashan in Pele means gift. And the gift. Samashan. And Representative Glidia tells me that Radio Lewa Yi 92.3 in Tabata is carrying this show right now. I'm so elated, Honorable Representative Glikia, that your station called Radio Lewa Yi in Tabata is carrying the show. Dawang Giglia. Tawang Glikia. You know, I love these African names. Radio Lewa Yi, I all hear the guys on OKF and say, Radio Lewa Yi is carrying this show, is also relaying our news program. Welcome to the show. It's on ERBC Radio. The time the locals have eaten our idea up. Don't worry about that. Guys are here from the, I know many of you follow what happened last night in the World Cup. And this is not about George as a person, but it is about our country. It's about nation moving forward. I said yesterday on this radio, and I posted on my Facebook page, I said, my prayer is for Timothy Weah to score in a World Cup or America wins the World Cup. Because one of us is in the World Cup. That's the son of a typical crewman born on American soil. His father is president of Liberia. Whether you like George Weah or not, his son still plays for America. Whether you love George Weah or not, he is the president of our country for 6 years. The mantle of authority lies in your hands as Liberians to voting out in 2023 or having maintained. So last time I saw all kind of posts on Facebook. Some are denigrating, some are promoting. When I wrote on Facebook about him, those who commented, I saw the comments very denigrating at some point. But there were others who were most praiseworthy about this young man called Timothy Weah. A young man born in America. He's an American citizen. And he's amongst Americans, those who are living in America for a long time, they have heritage from India, from other countries. But this son of Africa, a country that this man called George would call, forgive me for my language. He said a shit whole continent. He was referring to Africa.
That was Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, rather. Thank you, my brother. Then George would come and say, an insignificant country like Liberia, when he was asking Charles Taylor to leave the country, Charles Taylor must leave. Donald Trump said, what's about Liberia, Africa? And this man said Charles Taylor must leave because Charles Taylor was the worst human being in our dispensation at the time. But a child from Africa, from Liberia, from the bottom part of Liberia, called Grand Crew, his seed, President George's seed has germinated, and is now a son of America. He played in the World Cup. He scored the first goal for America. Isn't that a pride for our country, my people? Let's forget about all the political shenanigans and all of those. This country belongs to us. Whether it is tomorrow is Mr. Kumis's son, the political leader of the ANC. If he becomes president tomorrow, someday, if his son becomes an icon in the world, we celebrate him. Whether it's Joseph Boakai's son called Jojo, who becomes celebrated somewhere, we celebrate him. Now, right now in Equatorial Guinea, the son of the man who wants to be the sixth time president of the country, Teodoro Obiang Ogioma. That man is saying he want to run again for the sixth time. He is Africa's oldest leader. But amidst all of those things, the people in Equatorial Guinea are still celebrating Obiama and his son. And if you didn't know the information, that man was here when Ellen became president of this country for the second term, no, the first term. When Ellen started this term last year, the celebration in the counties, he was a guest of honor in Bon County. I was there. When this man called Mr. Don, he was the chief of protocol of Liberia, at the Alexander Mansion. When he wanted to introduce this man, he said, this was a man who worked for his uncle and killed him and became president. But in the midst of all of those history, the man is being celebrated in Equatorial Guinea. We need to understand our culture and celebrate people who do great things. George Weah, as a president, was the Ballon d'Or winner, world best, Africa best, European best, but he never went to the World Cup. But his son Timothy Weah went to the World Cup. He scored. It takes a proud father to go and sit at that place and see some play. Then someone tell me, say, the president of Liberia, he go inside America, he go in Qatar, he go when the country is going through what we're going through. Our economy now is better off the Ghana. The guys suffering right now, they're talking about the issue of inflation is higher than what we have in Liberia. So President Weah leaves, he leaves the justice minister in power, and other things are happening. Let's celebrate our country. Louis Brown said something here before. And then one of the things he said, which is not going by his that. When something happens in Liberia, he asked Liberian man, say, how your country Liberia? That dirty country, that crazy country, that stupid country. Excuse me my language. He was saying what's about his country. But when you talk about Ghana man, they say, Ghana is the best. Ghana is good. Kofo is doing well. The economy is performing. And everything is going well. The streets are paved and everything. But he asked Liberian man, he said it was. But Louis Brown, who said those things now, he's on the other side. He's saying the worst about the country. The country is a I don't want to say what Donald Trump said though. Let me welcome my guys. I will have a ton of locals of meeting, gentlemen. Welcome to you, Mr. National Chairman. I said Mr. Andrew Y. Zilliman is here and Aaron K. Bali. I want to match the names with the faces. Let me start with you, please, because this is a pay-for show on ERBC Radio. If you want to have such a conversation like this we're having, come and go to the business office and pay for that. we'll have the time to put in a bumper show. Visitor political today. Let me welcome you, sir. Welcome. How are you? What's your name? Where you come from?
Thank you very much. So my name is Aaron K. Balier.
Oh, you're Bali.
Yeah, I'm the Balier.
Okay.
And I work for the National Charcoal Union of Liberia.
Okay. Let me welcome Mr. Andrew Y. Zelliman.
Thank you very much.
That name sounds like a Loma name.
It's a fella Lomani.
I know, but Zelliman is a name that is just similar to mine. But let me say welcome to you guys. Let me sit and listen to you guys. How is the National Charcoal Union of Liberia doing? Let me start with you, my friend.
Okay, so thank you first and foremost for this opportunity. And I'm actually humbled and honored today to be here today with Jallah Grayfield. We've heard you over the time on the radio. For me to be today, I mean, discussing with you, I'm so grateful to God for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm also elated to hear that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Let me welcome Zelliman. Zelliman, welcome.
Thank you very much. Again, like you said, my name is Andrew Wawa Zelliman.
Yeah, just put your microphone out small. Okay, yeah, it's better.
Okay. I work for the National Union of Community Forestry Development Committee.
Okay.
It's made of 23 community forestry grouping across Liberia, especially in 11 of the 15 counties.
Okay.
As head of secretariat and national facilitator. So this trip we are collaborating with the National Charcoal Union of Liberia along with the Botanical Products Association of Liberia.
Okay. Thanks for coming, gentlemen. But let me recognize and acknowledge the guys who are carrying our programs in the country. And my friend and brother, my big brother, Representative Glick here, he said to me his radio station 92.3 interpreter is relaying this program, and I hope it will always relay us. In Sanakoli, Radio Sanquin is relaying us. My uncle called Makundu is there. In Lofa County, we have Radio Makona rather, and Radio DMP Law. They are all carrying this station, this relay rather. But on our LBS frequency, we have 9 radio stations managed by LBS carrying this broadcast. Wow. Aside from the ones being relayed from our broadcast to the area, because everybody wants to be heard. Everybody wants to hear what is happening in the capital. And I guess that is why my big brother, Honorable Dawon Tuan Gickley said he will allow his station to carry this show. Let's start with you. Tell us about your organization and what you are involved in.
Okay, so thank you so much. Like I said, I work for the National Charcoal Union of Liberia.
Okay.
And for short, NACU. NACU is an organization, a non-profit organization, and it was established in 2004. And at the time when FDA, came up with a tax for the charcoal conveyor, that the people who buy the charcoal from the producers and bring it to the market. And so at the time, and the tax, it was too huge. It was very heavy. So people who were around the time decided to form this union so that they can speak against, policies that were set, their members. This is how come the union was founded in 2004. At the time, I wasn't anywhere around.
Okay.
Yeah, I was still in school by then.
Okay.
And so when we took over in 2000, I came to the union in 2012. My boss, Mr. Double, and myself came to the union, a few years later.
Okay.
But initially, the thinking of people who founded the union was to just advocate for people who are into the sector. But they forgot that the charcoal operation too has impact on the environment. So when we took over the union in 2012, around there, we decided that, okay, well, it is good to advocate for our members. But it's also prudent to let them know that their operation also has impact on the environment.
Okay.
So what can we do so that we can balance it, so it can be a win-win situation? So we went into our closet, we developed payloads. We developed we call it the sustainable charcoal production payloads.
Okay.
We have 4 of the payloads, And one of the payloads is, we said that charcoal is produced from tree. Even though there are other, biomass that you can use to produce charcoal. But for Liberia, on the overall charcoal is produced from trees. So if the trees are finished in the next 50 years, how can we, produce charcoal?
Because I want to ask you, sir.
So with that, to be able to sustain the production of charcoal, we need to plant trees. That's the period number one.
Okay.
We plant
To
trees.
plant trees.
Yeah, to plant trees.
So it's a reforestation.
Yeah,
Because when you cut down the
Yeah.
trees, you have to replant.
they call that reforestation.
Reforestation.
Yeah. So that's the first period. So then the second period you say, okay, the charcoal, there are other biomass too besides the tree. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can use the coconut shell, the coconut, the sugar cane there, there are a lot of things you can use to produce charcoal as well. So we call that, that's period two. So we call it
You use
alternative.
the coconut, the shell.
Yeah, you can grind it, there is a technology you can use, to produce if I go a briquette. A group here is doing it already, called green gold.
So you don't need to go to a Bon County or go to Lofa and cut the trees down, big
You
trees,
don't have to do it.
and pull in. So you can produce that for charcoal.
Oh yeah, you can do it. In fact,
You mean the coconut shell or what?
yeah, the coconut shell, even the cow dung, you can do it. The cow poo.
It produces real
Good coal.
Real coal.
Yeah, real good coal. I think a group here is a green gold. They got area to Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're doing.
So they need not to go to the forest in
You don't
Nima.
need to go and cut the trees to burn charcoal. You can use other
I want to sit back and listen to you further. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so
I want to talk.
that's period two. We said that if you do this, and the reason we're doing it is that so that we can reduce the pressure on the forest. Because if you start to use those things to produce charcoal, you don't need to go to the forest to cut the tree again, to produce charcoal. And the third period is we talk about energy efficiency, which means if in a way we ourselves, consume the charcoal is not efficient. For example, people buy the coal and they put in the copper, that huge heat just escaping the air.
Mm-hmm.
But there is this energy efficient cook stove. It was being produced by GIZ by them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have one project with them. We produce some in. So we're promoting the usage of that stove. So if you start using that stove, it means that you'll not use much coal. So if you don't use much
And
coal,
where is that? Where is that stove? Where can it be found?
yeah, we still have, right now we still have one we still have one piece in our office. We did it I think 6 years.
Is a stove produced by whom? Who produces it?
It is a locally produced coal, but it was GIZ but then that was
Coal or
sponsored.
the stove? Which one?
You can use coal in the stove. It's like a coal part. But when they build it in a way that
Built it in Liberia?
yeah, right, yeah.
Wow.
They build it in a way that the heat will just go directly on the part. But the one we use right now, to our houses, you put the coal there, you see the heat.
Yeah, like put $40 coal for
Yeah,
it
you
in
put it
there,
off,
or
you
that.
put the coal. So if you use that kind of coal part, if you're buying coal maybe 3 times a month, you buy it 2 times. That means that if the person who burning that coal, if you're going to do it 2 times a month to burn the coal, you go 1 time. It means that the
I'll
pressure
go to
on the
Zilliman.
forest.
I'll go to Zilliman to know about the forest, how the forest operates, and how are the people in the rural parts of Liberia operating, and how do they feel that these things are not happening again, or what is the cost for the environment? Because in COP23, 26, also in what the president went to, they are talking about reduction in the way you cut the forest down, because it's having a very serious effect when it comes to environmental degradation.
Yes.
Right now,
You're right.
it's a climate change issue right now.
Very good.
It's November, and it says rain in November.
Yeah.
But I want to ask some more questions before I go to Zilliman.
Yeah.
So that copper that you have and say it's a copper, right? It's produced locally.
Yeah.
How does one get those parts?
Okay, so but those parts they were being produced, like I said, those days by GIZ.
It is not
But
being
the
produced again?
problem at the time was, the affordability. It's very,
It's very expensive.
yeah. I think at the time they were selling it for $41, for $2. You got the two, you got the two set, you got the two sir,
Yeah.
you can be cooking rice, sit down cooking your soup. But the problem, like I said, affordability. How many people that could afford to buy the part, even though it is energy efficient, it's good, environmentally friendly, but how many people who could afford or who can afford to buy such a coal part? I understand.
Mhm.
So, but the overall objective of all developing this goal, all this payload was to protect the forest and tackle the issue of climate change that you just mentioned. Because everybody is going to the forest. The farmer is going there and cutting the trees to to plant crops. Loggers are going there. Conservation years, said that and other bigger companies they come, they destroy the forest, they cut the forest, okay. If you do
So what is really your intention? What do you really want to achieve?
what I want to achieve is that we want to reach to a point where charcoal producers in Liberia will go to their own forest and thank God that this project that we have that will be launched on Thursday
Oh, you launching a program on Thursday?
on Thursday.
Okay.
That's why we are here today to inform the public. So my colleague will speak about it, but as one of the activities of the project, we'll be piloting a wool
Okay.
lot in Lover County.
Okay. I will come to the wool lot issue. But let me welcome Mr. Zeliman. He comes from the National Union for Community Forestry Development Committees. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
So tell us about your organization and what is it? What are you involved in?
The National Union of Community Forestry Development Committee is the national umbrella organization for the 23 Community Forestry Development Committee in Liberia. These committees are established as required by the National Forestry Reform Law to forestry concession areas that were awarded by the government of Liberia. So right now we have 23 of them, like I said, and it was established since 2009. And we've been working with those committees, with the community members, to ensure that they benefit from the forest resources where the companies are working. They are benefiting as required by law, and they are managing those benefits for the benefit of all the community members. So that is what we've been doing, advocating for those benefits from government. We've been on this radio and other radio stations, ensuring that what the law says as benefit for the communities is being provided by the government. The collaboration that we are building with the National Charcoal Union of Liberia is because we have seen the importance of the charcoal and the waste from the logs that are being harvested by the companies. It is something that the communities can make use of it, and they don't have to go and cut another trees in
Very
the forest.
huge
Yeah, for
area
coal.
of
So
trees.
they can use the remaining of the logs that are being harvested by the companies, and they can still produce charcoal out of that. So
Did I hear you say the remains of the wood being produced by the companies?
the logs, the companies are felling big logs,
Yeah.
and those logs sometimes they cut pieces from it, the branches and other
Yeah,
ones.
even
They will-
the root side of
yeah,
it, all the big
so
stuff.
the company don't carry those ones, they don't have use for those ones. But now it can be used for charcoal production. Because like my
Even when it's dry,
yes.
because sometimes it takes years, and you see the storm there very dry.
Oh yes, even when it's dry, there are ways that you can produce a charcoal, even if the wood is dry or it is raw, you can produce a charcoal and will still come out well. Because we are really looking at sustainable charcoal production, realizing that Liberia, when it comes to charcoal consumption, is very high. You see trucks coming in with charcoal. If we don't find sustainable way of harvesting or producing charcoal, the forest that we depend on may be depleted in the next 10-15 years time.
Now, but Zeliman, let me ask you before you go further. Because what happened is that many of the farmers who go and cut down these trees in their numbers and put fire on them for so many days, and those trees are still young trees. I mean, they are still fresh trees, right? So if you left the stump of a very big, how you gonna say, one of the big trees in reverse, as kind of example, and they stay there. Does that really, if you burn there, if you even train the people to burn it, does it produce a quantity of wood or charcoal the people need?
So it's not about the one that will remain there for a long period of time. In many of the communities, the companies are continuously working there, and the people stay producing charcoal. So it's about not leaving those when the companies are cut and you go and cut another one. Then the forest will not be sustainably managed. So now that the companies, or even to some places, you see they pay soils. the parcel operators. Those trees that they are cutting, we are now encouraging the community members who are producing charcoal to be able to take those remaining pieces and use and produce charcoal out of it. And charcoal you can produce good charcoal out of those pieces or logs. Right now in Lofa, in one of the areas where the companies is working, those pieces of wood, the people are now using it to produce a very good coal that giving them quality coal, called iron coal, and then they are making good money out of it. So these kind of practices is what we want to encourage in charcoal, sustainable charcoal production. Besides that, these communities that we work with, they are also receiving some money. We want to create awareness, train them on how can they use the money to build to get involved in alternative livelihood activities to get away from the forest so that the forest will be sustained.
So Zeliman, before you go, I know you have lots to say, right? So if you went for, maybe for example, in bomb mines, where you have a large area of place where people are burning coal and doing XYZ, what kind of education do you want to give them? How does it help them to understand that if you cut all of these trees down, tomorrow there'll be climate change, and then there'll be maybe a serious wind, and if you took them off their area where they are operating, how does it help them to sustain themselves?
So part of what we are doing, though the current this project we are joining with the National Charcoal Year, we are going to work first with the communities where the forestry concessions are, and even other communities. So the message is, the people must first understand the importance of the forest. The thing we get from the forest, we would not get them if we allow the forest to be destroyed or maybe broken down because of charcoal or because of farming.
Mm-hmm.
So the message is the forest has a lot to offer us. The forest, in a typical way, we say in a simple language, is that the forest is the one that can clean the air that we breathe. The forest is the one that can even make our drinking water that our people been drinking, can make it safe. So if we break down all the forests because we want burn coal or charcoal, or we want to make farm, it means the air we breathe, nothing will be there to clean it. The water, for example, if you make farm in a forest area, the way the water used to be looking, if you finish making the farm, you come by, the water will not be like that.
It will turn red.
Yes.
Because when you have the tree or the water is very clean.
Because the forest will do that for us. So it's not just about burning the coal or making a farm. So that is the message. And once the people understand that, and again, the other way is that they need to think and find means to do maybe gardening and leave the forest. You do gardening in some of the areas, you able to get the same money that you want to get from charcoal. And there are also training that will be provided on if you are producing charcoal. Where do you get a tree from? You need to avoid the forested area. Maybe the area that you've been using, you can use those areas, and then there's something that we call the innovative way of doing it. We're facing something that you can look at it, we call it the oven, the canned oven, that even if the trees are or the stakes are smaller or whatever, if you use that, it gives you good quality of coal and you stay able to make good money out of it. So this kind of education and training is what we're going to be providing to the community members, especially those that live around the forested area.
So what do you give the people who want to relinquish their work in the forest and say, let's go and listen to these people? What do you give them as sustainability packages?
Well, for now, we don't have cash or material to give to people. But we think the knowledge that we're going to give to them, it will make them to know the importance of keeping the forest and to be able to understand other things that they can get involved in, and they will still make life, but keeping the forest. So with that, we are not going to give them cash or materials. We are going to give them knowledge, because knowledge is power.
Let me go back to Mr. Aaron K. Bialia.
Yeah.
You were trying to say something before I called you and went to him. Mm-hmm. So now, how is the coordination between you and Mr. Zeliman organization called the National Union of Community Forestry Development? what is the coordination and what is the way you guys are having to get this forest safe for our people?
Okay, so let me make a little clarification. Let me add to what my colleague just said. You know, let's be clear here. We have not come here to tell anybody or to tell people to stop burning charcoal. That's not our intent. We don't want to tell them to stop burning charcoal. The reason is that the charcoal, you know, people who burn charcoal, that's their livelihood. Okay, and Liberia is a similar to a lot of international agreement. Like for example, the SDG, Goal 1 and Goal 2 talk about zero poverty and zero hunger, right? So to be able to achieve, you know, those goals, you must have, you know, livelihood activities. So we're not going to tell the charcoal producers they don't produce charcoal. We're not going to do it. What we're going to do is that we want to work with them so that they can do it, you know, better. They can do it better. In other countries, they do it. They understand, like my colleague mentioned about the oven. There is an oven, and we thank. I want to say thank you to FVO for the support. Last year we built one of the oven we carry in Grand Bassa County. It is an oven that's steel. You know, they build it right here. You extract the wood and just pack it in our oven and just let it. After 24 hours.
The wood or the charcoal?
The wood. The raw wood, you cut it, you put it in the thing. You just let it. I mean 12 hours it will burn. The next 12 hours it cool.
Of to produce a coal?
Yeah. You know that.
And how big is that oven? Is it a very gigantic oven?
Yeah. I mean it has different sizes. But the one we built last year, the capacity was 50 bags per run.
production.
Yeah, per production or per run, yeah. So and it's just 3 days. Or it's 2 days.
But I think you guys have a lot of work to do.
The 2 days you get 50 bags, right? The next 2 days, so in like 6 days you get 150 bags. Everything. So, but the good thing about that one is that you're not going to destroy all of, you know, I mean.
So it means that any kind of wood you cut and put inside, whether it's a small wood or a big wood,
Oh, yeah.
it produces the coal.
Yeah, but there's a way that you can even cut the wood. There are sizes that you need to cut the wood so that you can be able to pack it in the oven, so that will give you the kind of maximum, you know, use, you know, that you desire. You understand? So, but the point I'm making is that those ways you can use those way to burn coal, and you will stay, you know, the burning of coal, it will be sustainable. But you can't go to the president and tell them stop burning coal. How will the president survive? 1, 2, the charcoal too it also provides energy, cooking energy. All of that year, most of that year today we use charcoal, you know, to heat our water and to cook our food. So that's how much we, you know, depend on the charcoal. So we cannot stop people from burning charcoal. All the message is that we want them to do it sustainably. There are ways you can do it by using, you know, that oven, by planting your own trees, by using the alternative, you know, production options. You can produce charcoal, and you will still produce charcoal, and the forest will still remain. So this is the education we can take to the people. Without telling people they don't burn charcoal, because it is a livelihood. The people burn the charcoal, they send their children to school, you know, they provide for them and the family. So we don't want to stop them. All we can do is to bring all of us on the round table so that we can find a way. Many times we'll go for meeting and workshop, people say, the charcoal people, they are destroying the forest. So now I can hear laugh. But it is that I'm going to cool and you buy it. So if you don't want to, you know, to you know, use the coal, I will not produce the coal. So now you go to the post here and say, I want iron coal. Iron coal does not mean you go cut iron and burn it to get coal. Iron coal means go to the forest and cut the hard tree and burn it into get what iron coal.
But then when you're bringing
So
that
all of us
I want
are
a raw coal now.
Yeah, of course, that area you can go, you get raw coal. That area you can go, you get real iron coal. I know of communities you go, you get real iron coal. So, but the point is that all of us here, you myself, the consumer, all of us, you know, are contributing, you know, to this deforestation. But people can only look at the charcoal producers alone. So it's about time to all come on the round table and find a way. And some of the way is what we're doing. We Lofa, what we're doing, if you work in Lofa, if we plant, we will be doing 1 hectare. I mean, about 10,000 trees. We'll plant it, and it take about 5 years, it will be mature. So within a 5-year period, we encourage the people to maybe be using, maybe they can be making garden, you know, intercropping, plant other crops, they build up other things, you know, between those trees as they grow, you know, before the tree get mature, they can be lazy.
Let me go back to Zilliman. Zilliman, who is behind all of this? Because I think this is not just about your unions, right? Your student unions, but there are bigger people who hands are behind this. Do you care to tell us who are the brains behind this, and how do they intend to help to get to NIMBA, for example, get to Lofa, get to Maryland, get a Grand Crew, to just bring this information to them? Because even though LBS is being listened to across the country, but again, this is not just enough information for the public. Zilliman.
Yeah, so thank you. The current project that we are about to implement, that will be launching on Thursday, is being supported by the FAO Forest and Farm Facility.
Okay.
They are providing funding support for this project, and it's the first time that we are collaborating with the National Charcoal Union and the Botanical Product Association of Liberia. So actually this project is going to be supported, or is supported by FAO. So we will be working together, like we said, to ensure that all of the activities under the project is being implemented in line with what we have planned in collaboration with the 3 organizations. So if you ask who's supporting it, who hands behind it, is the FAO, are going to support it. So my colleague from the National Charcoal Union, the component of the project is being finalized, and then the letter of agreement is being signed with some funding being made available. So they are starting, and the National Charcoal Union is the lead organization on this project. So they will be formally launching the project, but we're all going to participate, and we will be there to ensure that the project is launched, and then our component of the project will be finalized very soon, along with the Botanical Product Association, BOPA for short. The 2 organizations, the NUCFBC and BOPA component of the project, will be finalized soon, but we will be launching the project under NACO formally on Thursday. And like I said, the FAO is providing the support. And Aaron could say something about it in further.
Okay, so like my colleague, said, FFF has been supporting us from since 2015. They've been working with us, and we've been able to work in 5 counties. The first project we had, it was in Cape Mount, and in Cape Mount we established 5 charcoal producer associations, and the next one was in Mankibi. And the reason why we are, like you talk about Nima is one of the counties that also doesn't have enough forest. So that the reason why we came on at the time was that they had a project in Cape Mount, and they wanted us to pilot this whole FFF thing in Liberia. So from there we went to Mangibi. And the reason is that Mangibi, by statistics, is the biggest charcoal producing county in Liberia.
Mangibi, you said, did I hear you say Mangibi?
Yeah, Mangibi, yes.
By statistics?
Yeah, because the reason is that Mangibi, the roads are accessible.
Okay.
People who go for coal, they pay much, they pay so much money.
Less money?
Yeah. So it'll be easier to go to Mangibi, but the roads are good. Then you understand, you can.
But when you go beyond Mangibi, it is cheaper than Mangibi.
No,
because
it's not cheaper. The further you go for coal, the more money you pay. 1, 2, Mangibi.
For transportation, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of buying a bag of coal, like for Nima, you buy a very big bag of coal that is like this for $1,000. It takes you 2 weeks or so.
Yeah. So it's like that almost everywhere. The further you go to buy the coal, the cheaper in terms of how much you pay for the coal, but the more money you pay in terms of transportation.
Okay.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree with you.
yeah. So that's one of the reasons, and the other reason is that Mangibi has a lot of rubber farms. You got the Wiala rubber farm, you got Firestone.
Mm-hmm.
And charcoal producers, they are around, these rubber farms. You understand? So that's how come Mangibi is one of the biggest, or is the biggest charcoal producing county in Liberia. So when they asked us, we told them, okay, we'll go Mankibi. So in fact, the fact that Mankibi is a bigger, charcoal producing county, it means that there will be much, destruction of forests in the county, because charcoal is being produced, like I say, from wood, right? So, but then when they even using the rubber wool, they have to go and cut plantations. They got to go and cut all up, grasses to come and cover the oven. Understand? So it was again that we decided.
So the oven you have, you didn't have to put grass away.
Yeah, no, the one I was talking about. No, you don't need it. I mean, that's fine. It's sealed up.
Okay.
You just cut the wood and put it there.
Yeah, put it there.
Yeah, but
and when it's been burned, what happens? The coke can be dropping on the air, like when you distilling liquor.
it doesn't drop.
Or it remains in there.
It bakes.
It bakes.
Yeah.
And when it bakes, what happens? How do you call it the fire?
Like I told you, 12 hours it burns. The next 3 hours it cools. As soon as it cools, you open it and you just have it to cool. So you don't need the only thing you do, because the oven is built, it has 3 segments. The garden, the first segment, the second, and the bottom top. The bottom is kind of it has a kind of conical shape.
Okay.
So after it's baked, after you join those 3 segments, you gotta put a little more around it so that it can be able to continue or maintain the heat in the oven.
Let me recognize some of the guys who join us on our Facebook feed and open the lines for participation for the public, because the public is listening, and one of the good things is that they want to learn new things. These are new innovations, and people want to get part of that. Let me take this one that we feel the comments coming on Facebook page right now. Let me get this one quickly. I will take a call for 10 minutes. Sorry for that. Malik Gadi has joined us. Nathan Soninto Senior has joined us. Abraham Poliga Mattress City has joined us. Irene Jokoyan Bobo has joined me as well. Royal Niala said, let's graduate from coal to some other things like gas, electric, and others. And she says she's following from Cowell. Emmanuel T. and Topo is following us from Maryland County. Maryland County is in the Southeast Liberia. Vamuya M. Fofana has joined me. Zuba Kova is watching from Lofa County. Juje Wonway is watching from Johnsonville. Simeon Tavanos Ine is watching him from somewhere. He says, sir, this country needs Jesus. Why does it need Jesus? Well, Jesus is in Liberia though. Bob Ivangizi, my friend and brother Bob Ivangizi has joined me. Is Bob joining me from the LPRC or is around the tree? Mofe Pa Numen Flomo. Follow me from Radio Parasite from Banga. Jerry T. Zakama is following me from Lofa County. He said, good afternoon, Mr. Grayfield. And a pleasant good afternoon to the peace-loving people of Lofa County, the land of supremacy. Thanks for the show. I'm watching live from Vajima City, Lofa County. Lofa County is on coast, he says. Justin Anthony Nyangao. Justin Anthony Nyangao. Falling from Zedrick Grand Junior County. Papa Keita said good afternoon to Liberia. CDC Papa Success Keita from Dubu Road. Prince F. Masakwa Jr. is joining me from Banazwe Estate. While Malik Mamadou Jallah has joined us from somewhere. Emma Hammer has joined me from Kakata City. And all of those. Put in your calls now. I will take your calls at 10 minutes. I said to the guys, the time locals 8, I will replenish the time. Call me on 08005140096. Talk to them and listen to them because they are bringing new innovations to this whole time about charcoal production. I'm elated to hear them. If that is happening right now, it means that the labor force will be reduced. That one thing should be more. Labor force will be reduced. The thing you take, put all the same water coal. Then you go and put green ground away. It takes 4 days to be produced. They want to say it very easy. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you. You have 10 seconds. Let me talk to Ronald Dubayu after here. Ronald Dubayu, hold the line. Let's hear you. Let's hear you. How are you? I'm okay. Go ahead. You calling from what, Maryland? Where are you calling from?
Because our country is being run by, what we call interest. The National Charcoal Union was founded 2004 for the interest of protecting those that are in the industry. But this union, that monopolized by two persons, Richard Double, you can't hear me firstly, Richard Double. As we speak, for every charcoal bear that leaves the bush and go to get $50 a bit. So is that money not benefiting anybody? They take there and say this thing to impress the public. See, we are watching it to go and what they have here to go because that money they're using is our money. Right now, I'm working on the full field.
Okay.
Doing all of this, they take Richard Double Topic, you know, to be a personal property. We split on this.
All right, thank you. Let me talk to the Deputy Executive Director of EPA. These are the guys who are involved in environmental controls. Mr. Ronald Dubayu, welcome, and young brother, how are you?
Good evening, Jallah Grayfield. I'm doing pretty much well this evening, and I'm glad to listen to you while driving home.
How does this interest you as an environmentalist?
Yeah, it's a lot of interest. It's a lot of interest, and I just need to they have something like this studios and further maybe expand on some of the issues you were asking them, especially as it relates to their approach. Because the adaptive approach to what they engage into this adaptation and in climate change mitigation, in climate change, you either to fight climate change, you either adapt or you mitigate.
Okay.
What we are doing is an adaptive approach, meaning adjusting to the world impact of climate change and using alternative approaches.
Okay.
Now,
So that is acceptable, right?
yeah, it's application, and these are things I've been doing. And so when they were talking about, yeah, you're talking about TSS, I've seen in the past in some small pilot project where they provided no energy efficient cook stove. But as a country, we just did our NDC, and our NDC we updated from 6 sectors to 9 sectors. And on our application, we talked about the issue of energy efficiency and giving people more access to electricity or giving them opportunity those with less economic power. So people are probably depending on biomass or charcoal for cooking. We have already started with UNDP. We did that. I talked about it on your show several times.
Of course.
We went to see the production of energy efficient cook stove. We did that in 5 counties, and it was Banga was the host, 1 county. So you're asking him how is it made? It's just made from simple mud because clay. That cook stove is made from just clay. So simple cook stove, yeah. Simple made from.
But how do you popularize that in the country, Mr. Director General?
That's what we get our agency. We say we have a target of producing at least 300,000 cook stoves by the year 2026.
Wow, 300,000.
Yeah, 300,000 between the year 2026.
And that will be done across the entire country, 15 counties?
Yeah, that whole thing is national basis. That's why it was captured on our national systemic contribution as required by the Paris Agreement. But even before that, we already honored the National Adaptation Plan project. We were able to do mass production of energy efficient coal stove during the local because it's expensive. We train them to produce more and each equal $20 USD. And that energy efficient coal stove is designed. You don't need any technology to be transferred to be imported. You just using flat clean. But you make it in such a way that you look at the heat efficiency so that it takes more heat so that food becomes quick to get the food cooked. It's not just the heat to avoid heat from escaping. To the point that when you after cooking, even when you remove the charcoal, the stove still remain hard to help you boil water. So how is this an adaptive approach? It is an adaptive approach because it helps reduce forest depleting like charcoal making. So like you said right there, if you were cutting maybe 20 trees every week to face 5 bags of coal because of the energy efficient cook stove because it uses minimum coal to do maximum cooking of your food. And
Okay.
it does it at a fast rate. It does it at a very fast rate.
Now, so,
Yes, I'm glad that people like the union, the Charcoal Union, I think it's like what we need to educate farmers get to the policy stage on our now so that we work with them because it's a civil society
Now, Mr. Executive Director, Mr. Deputy Executive Director of the EPA, Mr. Ronald Dubayu, what I want to know is, are you encouraging Liberians who are involved in this to form a small cooperative so that it will have the means to serve everybody? Because these guys who are doing this coal burning, they are doing it on individual basis. If you want to totally see people burning their coal from different place, the whole place is smelling with coal. So what do we do? Do we encourage them to form a small cooperative so that they can have either 1 or 2, 3 in the area where 6 or 7 farmers can come together and burn their coals and have it divided among themselves?
Sure, but again, we're trying everything to discourage the use of charcoal. And I like the way you talk about replacing, why cutting you replacing you during reforestation. So while that is happening, we are working here, we are working on the MRC, the measurement reporting and verification, to see how facility can be built to get put into cooperative, to get in very organized, because the artisanal tackle people, the artisanal tackle producer, I think they are the real problem, because if you don't know them, you don't know where they are, you don't know the quantity of production, they might just randomly and unsustainably just cultivate these trees, and it takes an high effect on of course present animal in my little continue deforestation, which do not support our agenda, EPA and our government. So yes, I do agree with you.
Okay.
And the things that we work with them, bring it together to ensure that we work on a cooperative and to ensure that they do sustainable cultivation. Because there are some trees that you just do not have to cut. When you know the value of these trees, because they have medicinal value, they have some value to your survival, you will not cut them. You will you just do not get heritage. The same, you just do not use energy, just not put energy. You just still when it's not at the point of cutting. So I think the guys still are very progressive and
Okay.
we welcome their initiative. We are hoping so that the big audience will call, or if they do now, we can serve this for themselves. We see what they are doing, look at their work approach, and see what we can help them.
So, Mr. Dubayu, just hold on a bit. One of the guys want to talk to you briefly as you take the overview.
Yeah, okay, so let me say thank you to Rana for that input. Like you already said, what we're doing is our own initiative. We are not government entity. We just been concerned about the environment. That's why you see we are into this thing. And so
you want a collaboration with the EPA,
oh,
right?
yes,
Okay.
we know that EPA
So,
has
Mr.
a
Dubayu
mandate
will
to-
send a number to you guys. They can talk after the show.
Yeah, we can talk.
Yes.
Right now, even our letter is at a desk. I carried yesterday.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because we wanted to be in a meeting on Thursday.
Okay.
They can come through. We can all sit down on the
So,
table
Mr.
and-
Dubayu, did you get him? He has a letter for you right now.
Yes, I'm getting it, Jallah. So you share my number with him, and then
I will surely do. Wait, I can do that.
yeah, and you will text me after the show. Then I will send my email with them. They can send us an appointment notice, and we can see all this with them.
Thank you.
Because we're already ahead of what they are doing, but I think
Thank you.
what they are doing is work combination, and we appreciate them.
Thank you. Honorable Ronald Dubayu, thanks a lot. Let me take this call from here. Hello, welcome you live. Let's say it quickly. Hello?
Yeah, Jallah.
Yes, sir. Welcome you live on the Bumper Show.
Hello.
Yes, you live. Let's say it quickly.
Jallah, this is weird again because I'm talking because of the EPA that I went off.
Okay.
The Chaco Union was founded for the purpose of promoting those that involved in the business. The someone that is in the studio there, he doesn't have any idea on the production of Chaco.
No, I don't want to go in that argument. I beg you. I don't want to go in that argument right now. No, that's another argument there. No. I don't want to get in that argument. Please, I don't know how it works, so I don't want to get in that because I don't know what to say about it. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you. The next caller.
Thank you. I'm Lincoln, still standing with that. I'm calling from Cleveland, Oregon.
Let's hear from Flibo.
Thank you. Let me comment your studio guest. I'm listening to them. And let me say thanks for the kind of inspiration. Making sure that they bring new things to the public. I'm recommending that having continued this kind of collaboration with EPA, if they need this, they should please decentralize the kind of idea. So some of us that have been for some years There are people that are affected, and there are people with no, the kind of future with respect to development forest provide to the country.
Okay.
Let me say thanks, and also say thanks to you for giving me the opportunity.
Let me take one more call, and I call it a day. I go back to them to refer to have that party comment. Let me take the next caller 080514096. 080514096. That's the number. You can call. Let's participate right now. I will take one call and I close it. Go back to them for that party comments just in 30 seconds each, and I call it a day. Then my next guest coming. 080514096 is a loan number here. You can call and be a part. This has been a fascinating topic, and I like the way it's been approached. Yeah, because the guys need to tell us more about their involvement. But let me welcome some of the guys who joined us already. Let me come to this line. Hello, you the final caller. Let's hear you, my friend, brother.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes.
I want to thank you for the program. I thank my brother and my brother and I. But I want to ask a question. It was the president went for 51 days. So I asked the president, what happened?
My man, they put that saying I want to. They be on their own. They people they on their own. The people who can talk for the government who can't talk it. All the person was 61 days for holding. 61 days, about 2 months, right? Thank you, my brother. Welcome to you, Mr. Peter Vapla. He says, watching you from Ganta City, and Santo Victor, Electina Dix, following from VOA Big Brother. He says, Salias F. Faraz Frasia has joined me as well. Philip LG Dautia has joined me. Moses Ghibli, following the broadcast live from Central Harper in Maryland County. Unfortunately, the people of Maryland are not benefiting from the show. Hey, Moses, please call man. I asked the guy somewhere that man area. He the one responsible for all the rural stations. So you're not getting us now, then not different thing. Let me get this one. This is a Vi Angola. So let me pause it right now and come back to the man guest as they say their parting comments, gentlemen, 30 seconds each as we depart.
Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. Grayfield. I think you are concerned about forming the charcoal producer into cooperatives.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're doing, honestly. And I think Jobayu said the same thing. What we're doing is that we go to the county, we mobilize all of the producers, we form into association. So the membership is not individual, it's by network. So currently we have 21 network, and we are going in by to establish one, and so far we're going to do one. So that's how we do it. We don't do it individually, we do it by network. We go to the district and get and
Mainly you get requests from people, right?
yeah, we go to the community, we do engagement, we meet the people, we meet the town chiefs, the producers and other group, and the local authority, we meet them, we share with them the idea, and people who are interested come, we form the leadership.
Okay.
So what I want to say here is that we encourage everybody to come on board. The reason why we are into this thing, like I said, is because climate change impact doesn't discriminate.
Of
It
course.
affects everybody. When reinforce, we not say because I'm not Bonico, so because they mean Bonico, so I will only affect this person. All of us
Okay.
here share the impact.
Thank
So
you.
it's our time that we all come on the round table and see and find a way.
Let's hear from
that
Mr.
we can
Andrew
do the charcoal
Andrew
sector.
Zilliman
Thank you.
as he closes up on his comment.
Okay, so I
On
just
his-
want
on
to
his
close
last
up on the project that is being supported by FAO. Like we said, it will be launched on Thursday at Grand Hotel. So we are invited other stakeholders, the FDA, the EPA, the international partners. We already extended invitation to them and other community representatives. We want them to come Thursday so we can talk more about the detail of what the activities.
What is the
will be.
venue?
The
What
venue
is
is at Crown Hotel on Thursday, starting at
you mean
10
around
o'clock.
town hall?
Yeah, right opposite Pinfield Town Hall.
All
So
right.
we want to say thank you, and we encourage every one of us. We need to work together to ensure that our country is promoted, especially our forest sector, is being preserved for the benefit of Liberia and the world.
Thank you, Mr. Andrew Wisely, man. My next guests are waiting. As soon as the guys take that exit, the next will come in. But it was a water discussion. I really appreciate it because you know what? I've not heard about all of these. How do we mitigate climate change? Well, let's not get them mitigation, but how do we minimize it? The name is Jallah Grayfield. I'm the nation's Heavenly J. If you want to see the video, go to LNTV Live now. And all the social networks. Facebook, Twitter. Now WhatsApp pages are also available. Oh yes, I love this song, man. Every time I hear this song, I think about a man called Francis Vanny Cannon when I was small boy growing up. A renowned Liberian musician then that was rubbing shoulders with the like of Host Jallah Roberts. Let me welcome my big brother and friend, Malcolm William Joseph. He's following me from Abidjan. Oh, Malcolm Joseph. The man is always in the air, man. Malcolm William Joseph is watching me right now. The man they call the dry giant. Feed us in here. Trogan Freeman coming for you. Trogan Freeman, your man, the dry giant, yo. Fidel City is watching me right now. Catherine Leon is following me live from Pinzo City, Monrovia. Those of you who have just joined us, welcome to the Bumper Show on ELBC Radio 99.9 and other frequencies across Liberia. As some guests walk in, we'll go to the next discussion. But this one was very fascinating. I was well educated and I have more concerns. Welcome to the show, Mr. Malcolm Joseph, William Joseph, Fidel City, and that of Catherine Leon. They all joined. Moses Jubilee has joined me as well. But you know, let me go to this one and get a bit of couple high. I'm guessing that we will find a mean. Let's go to Gribberland and take this one from Gribberland quickly. Let me take it one from Gribberland. Anthony Williams one here. And the song I made a group of dance and take that slip up on our foot. They can tell you one side. The old man they can tell they slip up, they tie on the head. You've been on Maryland before? Have you seen a typical grown woman walks in the street and when she's walking on the farm road, she take a slipper and tie on her waist? Eh? Then she now walk for long and she get it tired. There are young people coming to the studio right now. They need help from Liberians for the education of fellow young people. And I thought today there'll be no politics. I want to talk developments. Are we out here? That's the part of the song I love. Akko. Hey. Shit. Hey. Yes, I arranged to come one by time, but they come as soon as they come without with them. This is the Bumper Show on ELBC Radio. I'm the nation's Heavenly J. Remember Jallah Grayfield chapter 1 verse 1. Let's talk and never shall we fight. Fighting shall never be our portion. And this one. Oh, I'm gonna go. This is a typical Grebo song. This is a song that made a Grebo put a take that slip up on her foot and put it on her head. Pana, take it. Pana, take it. Where's my woman William? Mr. William Dripper, Professor William Dripper, you Christian community there. William Dripper from the Forestry Development, for the Forestry Department at the University of Liberia. I assume my guests are seated. They are all seated. Stephen Fowler has joined me already. Welcome to the Purple Show on ELBC Radio. Very shortly we start a discussion. You know, I said to you earlier, you know, there are some young people in this country who are involved in innovations. One of them is Miss Salome Popensey. She's here in the studio with young people and some older people who are giving her help as a come up. There's a program they all are working on that will help in the betterment of this country in providing education for Liberian young people. But in this case, they say think that there's much to be done in terms of the advancement of this country. Let me say welcome to the people in my studio. And I thought that I would not talk politics today. Let me have developments taking place in the country in terms of how young people are involved in the transformation of this country. Let me say, Salome, welcome. Let me start with you, Salome. How are you, Salome Pensy?
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah, put a earphone here. How are you? How's everything?
Good.
Just disregard the phone, get they help the microphone. Just go ahead. Let's hear you. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm okay.
Okay. Can you introduce yourself, please? Hello, sir.
Oh, thank you. My name is Elijah J. Johnson.
Okay.
I am the Secretary of the National Board of Sud Liberia Academy and TVAS.
Okay. Sir?
I'm Benjamin Nangwe. I'm the data manager at Sud Liberia.
And I see two young kids with you, you know. Let me say this for the fact. My friend Salias Pensey is a friend for a long time. And he told me about this vision of his daughter and what they are all involved in. And when he shared that with me, I thought I would give them some airtime to talk about the developments and what they are all involved in. Let me hear your names, young people.
I'm Natasha S. Garnett.
And you are?
I'm Neil G. Way.
Newe Way. Your name is beautiful. I love it. Newe Way. So, Solomon, let me hear from you and give us an update about your program.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here this evening.
Mhm.
Our program is strictly girls empowerment related. We are working on empowering girls, women in Liberia, but our basic right now is within the Police Academy area. But we are extending to the core country. But now we have made an impact in the Police Academy area.
Mhm.
Yes, so that's where we have the school, and this program is expected to happen on this Friday, November 25th.
November 25th.
Yes.
And tell us about the program. Who are the dignitaries you invited? But let's look at the school first. What do you offer?
Okay.
And who are the beneficiaries of the school?
At our school, we have 60% of girls enrollment right now. We offer both academic and TVET vocational training. For our academic, we teach them both academic and vocational training in light of computer science, hand making of items, interior decoration, and other items that they make with their hands to learn that once they are out of high school, they can be able to do other handmade crafts.
So what class do they start from? What class do they start from in terms of making these productions?
It starts from fourth grade.
Fourth
Fourth
grade.
grade up. Because school starts at ninth grade for now.
So it means by the time you graduate from ninth grade,
Yes.
then you have had all the hand-on training and you can do something for yourself.
Of course, yes.
Wow. So are these kids part of your school?
Yes, they are. We
I
have.
will come to them because I'm interested in their conversation as to what they're learning in their classes. But let's hear from you. What help do you give to these young people? You are an adult, and I'm so elated to have you being having hands on these young people. Go ahead and make it and tell us your position and go ahead, let's hear you.
Thank you again. My name is Elijah J. Johnson, and I'm the National Secretary of the Sweet Liberia Board Academy and TVAC.
Why did you name it Sweet Liberia Board?
Sweet Liberia is
Sweet Liberia, rather.
Sweet Liberia is the spoken word empowerment. The spoken word educational empowerment program.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So this project was birthed by the spoken word ministry. Okay, we are a church-based group that started all in Banga under the inspiration leadership, under the inspirational leadership of our pastor, Brother Cecil Spencer, in 1996. Of course, this coming Friday marks our 26th year of existence. Yes, in Liberia. Okay,
And all of those years you've been involved in education?
well, we've been involved in religious activities.
Okay.
Yes, spiritually empowering people and also enhancing moral behavior and also encouraging others to go to school, even though we had not opened academic institution at the time until the pastor has envisaged this since 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago. He envisaged it, but then we were not in the position financially to kick off this program.
Okay.
Until he met with us as his subjects, working with him as a team, and proffered his desire to open to get the project running in 2019.
Okay.
That was when Sweet Liberia was established, August 19.
And the motive behind Sweet Liberia was to do what? Just about education, right?
About education and emphasis on girls' education.
To what extent have you impacted the younger people, especially girls? Where have you been operating? Is it just in Monserrado, or you have branches around the country?
Yeah, for now we are we are located outside Monrovia, that is in Banga, where we were established as a church, and then there we do religious education during our church service. But as it relates to the academic aspect, we started just in Monrovia, and we are in Monrovia, but anticipating to spread our operations around the country based on what our financial capacities will be.
Let me go to Nangwe. Nangwe, welcome, and tell us about your role you play in this whole endeavor.
Well, thank you, Mr. Grayfield. Well, I'm Ben Nangwe. I'm the data manager at the school. I follow all the statistics in the school, and looking at the level of work we have done as school, as an institution, and school that have been there, or schools that people are paying plenty of money for in the community, are not doing what we are doing. We were able to approximately host about 500 students in our school, and then among these 500 students, we have 290 that are girls. And then we decided to make sure that all of the girls that are imparted in home arts, meaning teaching you home economics to be able to do other stuff. And then we also make sure that we imparted them with computer education, because people who graduate from even university with BSc degree, they don't even have a skill. So they are not able to transition themselves from hardship. So we are trying to make sure that girls are being able to be imparted and educated, so that even if you just make a year with Sweet Liberia, you'll be computer literate, and you have home art economic skills, and then you'll be able to do some things for yourself. So being as a database administrator and being able to track down these things and know the kind of people that we have that come into our school. And just our level of operation, just 1 year we have started, and we have had over 800 people that took our entrance. but because of the capacity that we are not able to host all of them, so we're able to let some of them.
It means that the school facility cannot host everybody.
Yes, that's the reason why you see we are having this program, so that we can be able to people can come to our aid, so that we have the space in terms of the learn. We want to build other things like the computer lab to expand it. We want to, like say, build some classes to be able to host other students that are waiting to come in, especially the girls.
Now, Sullivan, let me come back to you. You say you have a program. I will go to my young people there to tell us about their involvement. You say you have a program about this Friday?
Yes, November.
What is the intent of the program?
The program is about girls empowerment, affording girls quality education and skills.
Okay.
Because the TVET education is a testimony by itself. Because nowadays people graduate from high school, the next thing they want to go to a trade school. So we want to get rid of that. And once you are graduating, you already have a skill.
Okay, why stay in school?
Yes. Why
So
you
you don't have to graduate from high school and go to trade school, but while you are going in the school you are in, and how you go to school again?
SWEEP is the
SWEEP.
acronym SWEEP, but it's spoken word education empowerment program.
Okay.
Yes.
So once you are there and you are graduated from NAVRE,
Yes.
then you're going over skill.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what is the program for on Friday intended for?
The program is meaning about fundraising and also the launch of this program, because we have limited space. And also we have parents that are facing difficulty of getting materials for their children to learn. We know most of the time fit in, but it's at time screening on the institution. And also we have students that we are teaching computer science, but currently our amount of computers that we have, it can't accommodate everyone, because we have 10 computers now that we started with for this year.
And you say the school stops in NAVRE?
Yes.
And you start your program from 4th grade to NAVRE?
Yes, those are within the PVET, because from 4th grade up within our class, they are able to understand, they are able to follow a lot of instructions. Yes.
So what role do you play there, Salome? Are you out of high school too?
Yes, I'm out of high school. I'm currently a first semester sophomore student at the Thomas P. Fowler University College.
Okay, that's good. Let me come to my two young people there. Are they your students as well?
Yes.
Let me talk to Neon Chiwe. He's an Everett student. Neon, how are you?
Fine.
Welcome. Come to the microphone small. You are in Everett.
Yes.
And how long you been in the school?
1 year, the school was just established this year.
And so you went there this year because of what they are offering.
Yes.
Tell us about your experience. Be very bold. Talk and let's hear you.
I've learned a lot of things from the soup library. Based on my computer, I've learned about a personal computer. The parts of a personal computer, I've learned about it. I learned that a personal computer has 4 main parts: the monitor, the mouse, the keyboard, and the system units.
Okay.
I've learned in my TVET class. I'm thankful to Ms. Salome because she's teaching us well, in a sense that we are capable of understanding more about the TVET. We are learning about the slippers making, using beans to design the slippers.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
In facing the slippers, we need some materials such as slippers, the ribbon, the needle, the fishing line, the beans. But most people, they have hard time in getting these materials, and that's exactly what's delaying the process of learning the TVET, because we lack getting the material. We have some problems in getting the materials. But Ms. Salome teaches us in a way that we understand much. In facing the slippers, we have to pass the ribbon within the slippers hole. When we have passed the ribbon, we use the needle and the fishing line. We pass the fishing line within the needle. We start to sew it on the slipper. If you are putting 10 beans, you put 10 of the small beans, 1 big beans, another 10, and sew it on the slippers until the slippers is done.
You know, I'm so elated. You know, I'm excited with your when you speak. Every student, right?
Yes.
And how are you?
I'm 12.
12 years. Wow. you must be inculcating lots of things into these young people, Salome. And your age, you're a young woman, and you are in your is that a first year student? You hear me?
No, Thomas P.
Thomas Fowler, yeah. And then these young kids, and you are the one imparting these people, Mr. Johnson, and the other people.
Yeah, we have our principal there and some very learned instructors. We have some of the best instructors.
No, I'm just so glad her subject verb agreement so very good, and then she's very eloquent, and I'm just thinking that Miss Niwanji Way is speaking the way she's speaking. In our contemporary time, you just find many young people of their ages speaking the way they speak in a class. Let me go to the next one, and she's Natasha S. Garnett, 6th grade student. Natasha, welcome. How are you, Natasha?
I'm fine.
Tell us about your experience in the school, Natasha.
Well, I've learned many things,
Technology. Tell us about the computer you're learning and other things.
Well, the computer have 3 main stations. These are the input of data, processing data into information, and output of information. I've learned that computer have 4 main parts. These are the monitor, the computer mouse, the system unit.
Aside from computer, what else do you learn?
I learned how to fix a slipper, and you going to buy the slipper.
So you and Miss Y are learning the same trade?
Yes.
Everybody there does the same thing?
Yes, but it's some kind of like different because she's going to do the one where you are going to sew it. I'm doing the glue. You buy the glue, the lapper, the gripping. Yeah, some students really don't have many materials. Yeah, so just delaying the process.
And so is it that you buy it yourself and bring it, or the school provides that for you?
You're going to buy it yourself.
Okay. So as a result, maybe many of you, your parents will have the money, so it's delaying your learning process.
Yes.
Wow. Let me come to Solomon. On Friday, what happens? Who have you invited to this program? You say you want to have a very elaborate program, and I know this is intended to raise funds, right?
Yes.
Let's hear you.
We have invited about 35 dignitaries. But first we invited Honorable Thomas P. Fowler to serve as our keynote speaker because he's within a district and he's the representative there. So we want to include him there because the program is making a lot of impact within the district. Yeah, so that's why we invited him specifically to be the keynote speaker. And we also invited Honorable Fonati Kofa. Yes.
For the deputy speaker of the house.
Yeah. We also invited Honorable DeWitt from Bamus from NASCAR.
From NASCAR.
Yes. And we invited Honorable Donna Nebo from
the MPA.
Yes. And Honorable Emma Glasgow.
From the National Fisheries.
Yes. Honorable Yamadi Pearson.
Okay, from the Central Bank.
Honorable Pam Bershaw Taylor, the mayor.
Mayor of Painesville.
Yes. Honorable Josephine Davis as well.
The Inspector General.
Yes. And we invited Honorable Marwena G. Dix.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Minister of Commerce.
Yeah, and we also invited the Minister of Gender because she's someone that is involved in something like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are they saying to you? Do you have is also other dignitaries you want to talk about that you have invited?
Yeah, Honorable Sir Joseph, Thomas Donna, Ruth Coker Collins, Jefferson Koji, Councillor Charles Gibson, and we invited some other special guests. We also invited UNICEF.
Okay.
And UN Women as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and we invited Honorable Edis Yone, a lot of other people that we invited. And
what are they saying? Did you take personal letters to their offices?
Yes,
and
I did.
Did they consent that they will come? Did they agree?
Most of them, but most of my letters was received by their secretary on their decks. Yeah, I didn't have the opportunity to meet most of them personally. But once yesterday I did follow up because the letter was dropped last week. And yesterday I did follow up, and also by tomorrow as well I'll be doing some follow up. And I've gotten some positive signs that they're gonna be there, and we're just gonna keep enforcing banking at banging
at their doors.
Yeah.
But you are a student of the Thomas Fowler University. He is your your proprietor, I would say, or your. So what is? Have you met him one to one? I know Thomas Fala is a philanthropist. He's a humanitarian. He
Yes,
always want to give it to people like you. And what does he say to you? Did he give a letter to his secretary, or did he deliver it to him and
His
to
secretary.
himself?
When I went to the office, he wasn't there in person, so he was received by his secretary. Yeah.
Wow. What is the venue of this program on Friday?
This program will be hosted at the school premises, and that
Oh, you mean the
is-
Thomas Fala University School campus?
No, the SWIP Liberia.
Oh, where is it
premises.
located? Is it on the
That
police
is
academy?
Police Academy,
Which-
right after the police training fence.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Once you are coming from the boulevard side,
Yeah.
it is before the police training fence, right on the main road.
Okay.
Yeah, on your left hand side.
And when you're coming from the police academy road,
is
Johnson side,
after, yes.
it's after.
Yeah, that will be on your right hand side.
Are you optimistic that these people you have invited will come? Do you have that numbers you could call them one by one and say, hey, I've invited you, I need your presence here?
I have few of them numbers that I have sent personal WhatsApp to, that even the few of them reply, like the boss from IAA.
Mm.
He personally
Oh, the
replied.
IA boss have replied?
Yes.
Okay, then he'll be there.
Yes, he replied that he's gonna be there. Honorable David A. Kema.
Come on, yes.
Yes.
And that the city sitting right there, Kema was sitting in the same city the other day when I interviewed him. But let me see the list because I need to.
I just turned that around.
Okay, it's here.
Okay.
And this is very important. And I will call some of these names because it's important.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why I give these young people the time to come here is about progression. This morning, when I walked into the office of Mr. Sober George, who is his deputy director of media services at LBS, deputy director general for media services, I met Mr. Salas. And I've known Salas for almost 15 years. Man, what you doing here? He said, I can't pay you for airtime. I saw when I added, he said, my daughter having program, I won't get money, but I want for her, put it in the radio. And all of a sudden, I got interested when he showed me the brochure and told me everything about this program. I said, no, I cannot let this pass by because I was like you, like these people. I was a child broadcaster at the same radio station at LBS in the 90s. And I grew up as a Golden Kids News at Talking Drum Studio,